Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be looking today at the race meeting from Greyville Polytrack, the 3rd of March. We kick off with a maiden juvenile plate, which, as you know, I cannot do any selections on those races. So let's have a look today at the first race betting. The betting is 16 to 10, Route 66. Sean Terry has brought a number of horses to the Polytrack today. Hard, hard, hard Seas 4 to 1. Dance My Lord 4 to 1. 5 to 1 Mans Quincy. Blinging Beach 8 to 1. 13 to 1 Blind Love. Cape Willow 22 to 1. Bay of Dreams 22 to 1. And Cape Town Beauty 53 to 1. And 50 to 1. She's a poet. Then the second race, the betting number 5, Kaysen 17 to 10, 90 to 2, 92 Zivala Winter, 92 Here Comes the Rain, 11 to 2 Waywood, Diamazo 8 to 1, Cold Hard Cash 9 to 1, and Traveling Light 9 to 1. Yeah, today is a bit of a difficult card here again at the Polytrack, and yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a surprise here and there. And if one could just know up front which races will throw the surprise. Here in race number 2, my first selection is number 5, which is Kaysen. Kaysen has had one run under Polly, and he won on that. That was on the Polly on the 1200 meters. Now today on the 1000 meters, but I'm sure the distance won't pose a problem for him. He's getting minus 1.5. But yeah, I've just got a feeling that although this is my first selection, um, I just got a feeling that maybe somebody's going to be a spook in this race. My outsider selection is number 6, Traveling Light. Luke Ferraris on board. The average merit rating in this race is a 90, but you'll see Traveling Light has been running against 19.7s, 107s, um, you know, and hasn't done too bad. Last time out, sped his shoe, so I think that run can be ignored. So maybe number 6, Traveling Light, can be one of the spooks in this race. Then my other outsider selection is number 7, Here Comes the Rain. Is a soft falling rain. Uh, I only had 5 runs, 1 win and a second, and I'm feeling with this weight of 52 that 7, Here Comes the Rain, can be a factor in this race. Then we move on to race number 3, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1400 meters. The betting as follows. Number 1, East Coast Star 9 to 2, Nkumazi 9 to 2, 5 to 1, My Big Vision 11 to 2, Top Honors, Indigo Moon 11 to 2, 6 to 1, Sylvia Oasis, Bells and Wills is 16 to 1, and 28 to 1, and Longer the Rest. Also a very open race, hence the betting 9 to 2, the field. But I really like the look of this young horse. Number 6, My Big Vision, Visionaire out of Big Mama by Yes, It's True. Nicely bred. Last time out, ran on nicely over the 1200 meters, 23.6. But has been running on and hasn't, you know, got some decent 400 to finish times. There you can see over the 1200 meters again ran on. And I'm thinking today that My Big Vision over the 16 over the 1400 meters will shoot this horse down to the ground. And I'm looking for a huge run. The Cullenmeyer and Keegan Demira combination are in form. My outsider selection, number 7, Top Honors, also a horse that has only had 3 runs, improved last time. And I'm sure in looking at a breeding main am by a Fordwood mare, Muzi on board, Top Honors today, I think is also going to run a forward race. My other outsider selection is number 10, which is Indigo Moon. I think ignore the last race. It says wide, crop, drop, 200 meters, everything went wrong. Although drawn a little bit wide, has run some decent races before and not to be ignored. Another horse that you want to include in your bigger pick sixes is number 9, Bells and Whistles, out of that Rose Bay family from Doug Campbell, a family that has thrown a number of winners. And this horse has been running there and there, a fourth, a second, a fifth, and 2 fourths. I'm certainly including this into my pick 6. And then also want to just go down to number 1, East Coast Star, the favorite. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a kind of horse that I would run and go and punt, but certainly on previous forms do have a chance and is draw one. So definitely one that you need to include in your play. But I am strong on number 4, my big vision to run a huge race in this race. Then we move on to race number 4. Oh, sorry, I just wanted to mention this horse number 12, also horse as Siwa Aces, although drawn 12, has run seconds twice under Polly, and definitely also a horse that you might want to include into your play. Number 12, Siwa Aces, is getting the -2.5. So now let's move on to race number 4, 1900 meters maiden plate, betting as follows. Number 1, Command Control, 33 to 20. Decorated, 7 to 2. 7 to 2, Jack in the Box. 12 to 1, Diamond Monster, Shakiri. Swanking, 20 to 1, Nostradamus, 20 to 1. And 40 to 1, and longer the rest. 4, Commandant Sam, scratched. And 7, scratched. And I also want to just draw your attention here to number 2, Cora. That looks like there was some huge support for this horse because he was down in the betting. Now all of a sudden 11 to 1. I mean, on the form, you cannot pick that horse, but maybe on the poly, this horse will improve. So let's have a look here at race number 4. Number 1 is the favorite, Command Control. I cannot see how that horse can be that price. I will certainly not be standing in a queue taking that price. Might favor the longer distances. Here's Cora. As you can see, 11 links, 18 links, 28 links behind. Certainly will have to improve on the poly to have a shot, but do include, as Sean Terry won't bring this horse to show him the sea. But my first selection in this race is number 5, which is Jack in the Box. I don't know what went wrong last time with Jack in the Box, but before that has been placed constantly. And I think with Warren Kennedy on board today from draw 5, ready to run a huge race, definitely include in all your play. Then my other outsider selection is number 9, which is Shakari, the Historiador by Magog May. Um, didn't do too well over the shorter distance, but I've got a feeling that number 9 is a horse that's going to improve over the 1900 meters, and definitely include, because this is a very open race. You don't want to go out in this leg. I've included 6 horses in my pick 6 in this leg. So let's move on to race number 5. Race number 5 is a merit rate at 73, handicap over 1200 meters, class D, average merit rate at 72. The betting as follows. Number 4, Taravida, 18 to 10, Bernie's Dream, 5 to 2, Beat Dazzle, Joker, 7 to 1, 8 to 1, Roy's Magic, Spirit of My Fate, 8 to 1, 10 to 1, Lazy Spa for Me, Manunu, 13 to 1, and 20 to 1, Night Warrior. Now, here in this race, my first selection is the favorite, and that is number 4, Theravada. I've been following this horse for a long time. I've been following him since he ran third behind Mated Magic, paying 9 rand a place. And then subsequently ran 2 seconds. He always pitches up too late. Hopefully today is the day that Warren Kennedy will get this horse home. It is the first time he is riding this horse. So also a strong selection, but I want to take you to my outsider selection, number 7, Mana Nunu. Now, Mana Nunu will be the horse that will in front turning from home. And I think this is the horse that Theravada was going to have to run down. Also, have got some strong form. Last time out, he had to ease at 100 meters from home. And also, I think this horse preferred the poly, 9 runs on course and distance, 2 wins and a second. And I think Mana Nunu ready to run a decent race today. Then other outsider selections is number 8, which is Bedazzled Joker, has also been running well over this on this poly course. No problem with the 1200 meters, has already won over on the 1200 meters, and also ran on strongly last time over the 1400 meters. Raymond Danielson on board. So let's move into the race number 6, which is a 1200 meters D division, merit at 73, handicap class D. average minute rate at 70. And here the betting is as follows. Number 6, Fly the Coop 2-1, Winter Waves 4-1, Majorca Palace 5-1, Gentleman's Way 5-1, Amman 7-1, and 14-1. The rest, scratch number 1, strike it like a match. Now here at race 6, my first selection is number 6, which is Fly the Coop. This horse came to the course of a big reputation and duly won his first race very easily on the poly. And I think this horse is looking to repeat. I think he can get a lot of resistance from number 2, Majorca Palace, which is a Porter Palace by a Tara Holsmere, and has been running well, and is also getting the 2.5, only carrying 55 over drawn 2. Did one last time out, beating Theravada. So if Theravada wins today, then that will certainly enhance his form. Also do note that this horse ran behind Valente. Valente won on his coconut again on Sunday. So certainly number 2, Majorca Palace, bringing some nice form into this race, and surely definitely a horse that needs to be included in all of your play. My other outsider selection is number 9, which is a man, Dean Kannemeyer, stable, Kigel the Meadow. This horse, I think, is ready to win last time out. Has run behind Majorca Palace, but I've seen horses, overturning form. But on the wet turnaround, certainly cannot beat Majorca Palace. But as I said, things do happen. And also, and the stable is in form, not to be left out. So definitely I'm including number 9, a man, into my pick 6. Then we move on to race number 7. Race number 7 is also Felicia Mays, handicap 93, Class B, average weighted rate in 88. And here my first selection is, the betting is first number 6, Stella Act 53-10, Spring Break 4-1, Junior Rose 7-1, Dancing Feather 8-1, 9-1, Vivid Jet, 10-1, Retail Therapy 11-1, and Better the Rest. And number 2 here, I just want to make a note here, 25-1, done here. Now let's have a look at my first selection, which is number 3, Spring Break. Spring Break has been running against some useful opposition in Gauteng. He's running now in an 88. He has been running in like there behind in a computer form sprint. Has run against some really good opposition. Cartel Captain, Riverine, Captain Hindsight, Sing for Rafa, Impressive Duchess, Valorant King. Definitely, and now today, they are very much down in class. So I'm looking for a huge run for number 3, Spring Break. My outsider selections, and that's the horse that I've just showed you in the betting, is number 2, Danya. Now, Danya, I see, has probably been sold. Stable Change is now owned by Mr. Morgan Govender and trained by Paul Gatsby. This horse has only had 4 runs for Michael de Kock, breaking his maiden in December, beating Right Choice, and then last time out ran in 80 behind Nina Amelia. It says you're up there no more, but certainly at 25-1, it can't hurt to include this horse in your play, and I'm definitely not going to leave it out because it's drawn to and it's been ridden by Justin Gates, and he's a very competent jockey. So do include number 2 in all your play. My other outsider selection is number 11, which is Vivid Jet. This horse was also a young horse, only had 4 runs, 2 wins already. Surely that is nice form. Keegan de Milo, drawn 11, but I've got a feeling that this horse, you see here, ran behind a Static Green and a 95, a Static Green, no slouch. Varenzi, that was a future race that was the Alan Robinson fillies, ran 4 lengths behind Willem Shea. So certainly this horse has got a lot of ability, although drawn 11 and carrying 58.5, definitely number 11, Vivid Jet, a horse that you need to include. Then other horse that you need to include, the Stella Act, also getting a -1.5, won very well last time out, so certainly not to be ignored. We then move on to the last race, which is a Fillies and Mares handicap. Sorry, I apologize for this. Fillies and Mares 88 handicap over 69 meters, Class B. average minute rate at 84. And here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Invincible, 4-1, 9-2, Vian Spy, Sylvia Magic, 11-2, Preferential, 11-2, Diamonds and Pearls, 8-1, Marizan, 10-1, Sacred Blues, 12-1, 13-1, Sea Venture, and 16-1, and longer the rest. Now, guys, when I had a look at this race, my first inclination was to go for Invincible, as this horse is down in class, his distance suited everything. But then I started digging a little bit deeper, and I saw that there's a number of horses who's got down in class here and has got ability and chances. So I went for number 7, which is Preferential. Raymond Danielson riding on top of his game lately. This horse has been running in a strong company last time in a 96 behind Mary O. Mary O definitely no donkey. Before that had some nice wins on the poly. Hasn't won on the poly yet, but was placed. So I think number 7 Preferential in with a good chance. And then number 12 Diamond and Pearls. Always a horse trying her best, definitely not to be left out, although drawn 12, certainly in with a chance. And then we have a look at number 3, which is Marizan. Also a horse that can pop up when the least expect. Certainly very well bred and ridden by Muzi Yeni. Muzi Yeni is a jockey who always tries. Then here we have number 1, Invincible, also in with a huge chance. Has also been running against huge in a stronger position. Here you can see Count Jack, Golden Ducat, Magic School, Louis Jim, all of them good horses. Wisteria Hawk, a flying carpet, a Rius Winter, all of them. So certainly a very tough race, open race, difficult to find a winner. My suggestion to you is do put in the field in your pick 6. Rather, if you can survive, go a little bit short in some legs. If you survive those legs, when you get to the last leg, you don't want to worry if you're gonna catch the pick 6. All you want to worry is about the payout. I've got this policy. I'd rather go out in earlier in the pick 6, and I'll take my medicine. But when I get to the last race, I don't want to worry about yes or no. All I want to worry about is the payout, and certainly that works for me. So thank you for listening to my preview, and I do hope that you can find a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.